What is going on, folks? So, I am obviously still trying to get better. So, about my post. So, I just want to shed a little light on the circumstance about my Warframe account. So, basically, it's kind of a goofy circumstance from what I can figure at this point. So, about 3.5 years ago, I ran for a few videos on my son's account, which my son was the initial creator of the account. It ran through here, so on and so forth. The account name was Slick Rick. For anybody who's been watching the channel for a while, I ran that account through the new war and through the quest line because they had been doing the new player experience changes, and I wanted to see what they were like and then get the account bumped up because it was like a mastery 4 or something like that. And I got it up to 14, and I stopped touching the account. Now, my son is an Xbox player. We don't usually game together because I'm dad now. It's okay. But what ended up happening is basically, I think it was about a week ago now, or close to it, my son playing on his Xbox account, unfortunately, let his emotions get the better of him, and he lashed out at a player who was kind of shitting on him in the chat, which is obviously not the right thing to do, and said some pretty profane things at the person, and got 2035 banned. Okay, so basically a permaban. Now, in the midst of the hubbub of all this, I was sitting pretty unaware of the situation. I'd heard something had happened, didn't really know what it was. But because the account had run on my IP address, his PC account had run on my IP address, I was running, let me see here, I want to pull this up actually, because I've got a report in that has not been touched. It says a day ago. So, I mean, it was roughly at about 12:20 last night, and I'm shooting this on the 18th at 1:46 in the morning. It was roughly about 12:25. I was running Parita missions, and I got to extraction, and it was almost like my internet had cut off, because my internet does have moments that it just kind of blips out. So it said, failed to connect to server, host migration, and then dropped me to a base Tenno screen, like a brand new account screen, base Excalibur, base background. But it still had my email address, and I tried typing it in, and it basically said I was 2035. Now, after further digging, I found out about the complete level of the ban, and what ended up happening is, as far as I can tell, my son logged into warframe.com to submit a ticket to see if he could get his account back, but he used the email address for the Slick Rick account, which was, like I said, linked through my IP. And yeah, so when support came back and said they were upholding the ban, basically all their system had to do was search my IP being linked to that account, and it has basically permabanned my account at this moment. So, as far as the system goes, okay, as far as Warframe goes and everything else, I am stuck up in the air. I have no videos to post because I've been sick. I was going to shoot some, but my throat was just too, sore, and I was raspy and everything else. So I literally have nothing to post. And I have, at this point, primarily been a Warframe posting content creator now for the better part of, 4.5 years. Now, I do want to thoroughly put this out there, because this is in no way to try to hamstring Digital Extremes about this situation, but I am a vehement believer in the terms of service of games. Okay. I don't badmouth people in chat. I stay away from the really kind of questionable trades. I do low plat amount kind of trades. I really kind of stay away from the shady shit in the game. And I absolutely love 99% of the community of this game. Yes, there's a few toxic players here and there, but kind of like I put in the report to Digital Extremes, instead of reacting to people in chat, it's much easier to ignore them. That's just been my stance for the longest time. And honestly, I absolutely love the game. I love Warframe. There's no question about it. It has become my absolute favorite game. I mean, hell, I tried to play Soulframe tonight and just wasn't feeling it. Just doesn't have the same vibe that Warframe does. And under that, I just have to be honest and say that I really hope that Digital Extremes sees this situation for what it is as another person's actions that unfortunately reflect on my IP address and me not doing anything wrong, and, reinstate my account. But the truth of it also is, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do moving forward. I used to do a review channel that got ripped away from me. My physical inadequacies took me out of being a musician, as well as being, an employable person. I'm retired. So I've had like life throw a bunch of like crazy curveballs at me to just rip shit one thing away after another. And it's like Warframe has been this nice, stable, fun thing to do, to just kind of burn time, learn the systems, try to become, at least a casual knowledge kind of guy, do tutorial videos. I never once ever thought that I would ever get into that realm of things. I'm kind of set it back a little bit here, because I just, as much as I believe in the game and I believe in the systems of the game, I thoroughly hope that Digital Extremes doesn't just permaban me for something that someone else has done. I mean, like, there's nothing I can do if they don't. Okay. There's, because I mean, they basically account ban, they IP ban, and that is that. So it's like, if they uphold the ban on my account, which my account, all three of my accounts, my primary account is Goats Can't Game 80. My new baby account that I just started is Goats Can't Game. And then my other baby account is He Touched the Butt, because I've always been a fan of some of the, phrases in Finding Nemo, so like my Vulpaphyla in that account is actually named Nemo. So I think it's funny. So, but those are the three accounts that I use. I don't use any other accounts, so it's like, I hope that this is just a common sense, judgment that comes down, and that, they take the circumstance for what it is, and being, look at my account. My account has done nothing wrong. All three of my accounts have done nothing wrong. But I can tell you that the potential future of my channel will depend on their decision. That is just the simple truth. Because I have played other games. Okay, I really have. The systems behind Warframe have spoiled me to a point that I don't find great pleasure in other games anymore. I really don't. Like the movement systems, even the grindy farming systems of the game, sometimes they might irritate me at times. Sometimes the drop tables are just annoying. But it doesn't change the way that I feel about the game, right? I absolutely love Warframe for what it is. And if that's not enough, coupled with my, my behavior and my actions in the game to get a common sense judgment out of it, then considering I've based a majority of my channel around this game, I kind of don't know if I see a point in continuing. I'm not going to go back to Destiny. I'm absolutely not going to First Descendant, because I tried that and I hate it. Systems in that game are fucked. Games like Elden Ring and Lost Ark and stuff like that, it's just not really my thing. So for me, it's kind of Warframe or bust, So I truly hope that, I can just title this Dear Digital Extremes, Hear Me Out. But I mean, this is just the reality of the situation. An unfortunate set of circumstances has led to an account ban on basically my entire network. And I am at the mercy of the support division in the hopes that they just make a common sense judgment call. So I don't know. We're gonna see one way or another. Hopefully I get a positive decision. I'm still waiting. It's been, like I said, what did I say? It was 21 hours. one day. So it's been just over, I'm sorry I said that. Yeah, it's been like 25 hours basically at this point since I put the support ticket in. So I don't know. I mean, we're gonna see what's going on. You know, it is a video game after all. If for some reason they don't, you know, rule in my favor in this, I'm not gonna, like, you know, have some crazy meltdown, but it's gonna be a big fucking bummer. I'm not gonna lie. I've kind of lived and breathed this game for 5.5. Well, I mean, I started, what was it, March 4th of 2020? And I have played this game almost every single day, except for either when I've been sick or on vacation. It's a lot of time. It's just over 2,000 logins. It's like I think just short of 5,000 hours of gameplay. You know, I just hit the experience cap again, so I was like, you know, just shy of 9,000 XP away from, you know, hitting Legendary 6. Had a ton of Archon shards farmed, you know, all the arcanes except for the brand new ones were done. I was just getting, you know, I was working on getting the next tower on Ultimate unlocked, you know. I mean, like, yeah, it's a bummer. It's a big bummer. And I truly hope that, you know, they look at this for what it is. Like I said, I don't mean to beat a dead horse with that, but the truth of it is exactly that. I truly hope that they look at this situation for what it is, because I haven't personally done anything wrong with my account. I am a strict observer to the TOS of this game. So it just so happens that, you know, one account that hasn't even been used on my IP in ages other than a singular login, you know, that particular situation, yeah, is what's going to be the end of all this. That's just wild. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Okay, that's the best I got. I don't know. So I hope this isn't the end. I really do. You know, so I'll end this as I end everything. I thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one, hopefully.